Hello guys, so today we are going to discuss a very important topic, Cox and Lox pathway. It's common for pharmacology, pathology. It's a link between everything. Okay, so it's a very important topic. So let's start. First of all, cell membrane. Cell membrane is made up of what? Cell membrane is made up of phospholipids. What? Phospholipids. Okay, now there is one enzyme that is known as phospholipase A2. Okay, this will convert this phospholipids, this enzyme phospholipase A2 into arachidonic, okay, arachidonic acid, and this arachidonic acid is an 20 carbon compound. Sorry. Now this arachidonic acid have two fates. Okay, the first one is LOX, lipoxygenase, LOX. Okay, and if some another the second enzyme is Cox cyclooxygenase, and it's also known as Cox. Okay, now this lipoxygenase arachidonic acid with the help of lipoxygenase enzyme will form leukotrienes, trines, leukotrienes and lipoxins. Okay, lipoxins. Okay, lipoxins. This leukotrienes causes bronchoconstriction. What? Bronchoconstriction. Okay. Now, if someone want to block this LOX pathway, this whole LOX pathway, so to block this LOX, we give xylitone. Xylitone. Okay, to block LOX we give xylitone. And if we only want to block this leukotrienes, okay, then to only block leukotrienes, we gives leucast, like Monty leucast, okay, Zephyr leucast. Okay, this leucast, LUKAST, this leucast, Monty leucast, Zephyr leucast, any leucast. Okay, and in allergies, some allergies, if there is allergy, then we give combination of, in allergies we give anti-leukotrienes, leukotrienes drug with citrazine. Okay, now this Cox will form prostaglandin. This will form prostaglandin, prostacyclin, or and thromboxane A2. Okay, prostaglandin, prostacyclin, and thromboxane A2. Okay, sometimes what happen in our body, this Cox pathway is become pathological. Pathological means it will become too much active and it will produce like too much of these things. Okay, then we will call this pathway as COX-2. This COX-2 is like is also known as pathological Cox. Okay, pathological Cox. And sometimes what happen, they produce like too much. Okay, then we call that is COX-3. Okay, this is also pathological COX-3. This COX-2 and 3 are pathological Cox. Now, they will produce same thing. They COX-2, COX-3, they will produce same thing, but in more amount. Okay, and so what is the disadvantage? So I will tell you. See, this prostaglandin and prostacyclins, this causes. Let me change the color. This causes vasodilation. Okay, vasodilation, and they hate platelets. Okay, they are phobic of platelets. Okay, now this thromboxane A2, it causes vasoconstriction. Okay, vasoconstriction, and they love platelets. Okay, now these upper two, like this prostaglandin and prostacyclin. Okay, these two, this prostaglandin and prostacyclin, they help in the formation of, let me write, help in the formation of interleukin 1. You will study about this in I think biochemistry or pathology. Interleukin first. And what is the function what does it do? It increases temperature. Okay, if you see fever or all of these things are done by this interleukin 1 in your body. Okay, so these two, prostaglandin and prostacyclin, okay, help in the formation of interleukin 1. Now they also help in the formation of, let me zoom in, bradykinin. Where do you study about this bradykinin? In our previous videos, RAS, renin, angiotensin, aldosterone system, those ACE inhibitors increase this, cause cough, all those things, remember? Okay, it have one more function. It is an inflammation mediator. So what does it cause? It will also cause pain because of infection. Okay, pain because of infection, or pinch, you know, pinch, chuti katna, pinch. Okay, or finger strike. Just hit your finger with table, finger strike. Okay, hit your finger to some another person. Okay, like flick your finger to another person, and the pain that another person is feel, it is basically caused by these bradykinins. Okay, so these come in pain. We see these bradykinins in pain because of infection, pinch, finger strike. Okay, like pinch type of pain. Okay, and they help in the formation of HCl. Where does our body need this HCl? In stomach. It helps in food digestion. Okay, so this is for Cox and Lox pathway. Okay, now they are blockers, and it's very important. So we discuss about Lox pathway blockers. Let's discuss about these Cox pathway blockers. Okay, I hope this thing is clear. The enzyme Cox cyclooxygenase. Okay, now as these causes pain, like this, as I told, like bradykinin. So basically this Cox pathway, okay, it causes pain. So painkillers, we can give diclofenac, eclofenac, and aspirin. Okay, what is the function of these? These three, these basically block prostaglandin production. It's important. In medical biology, this production, it blocks them directly, or their production, or their enzymes. It's very important. Okay, so it blocks prostaglandin production. Okay, what is prostaglandin? Here, prostaglandin production. Now, these are the drugs of class. Okay, they have a whole family, like from which these drugs come, and their family name is NSAIDs. Okay, the full form of this is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. Okay, these NSAID. These NSAIDs are, if someone asks you, these block what? These blocks COX-1. Okay, as I already told, like COX-2, COX-3, COX-1. Okay, COX-1. But they have a very severe side effect. But these drugs can cause gastric ulcers. Okay, gastritis, itis, as I already told you, means inflammation. Okay, gastritis, gastro means stomach region. Okay, and if someone takes them in long time and in heavy dose for long time taken, they can also cause NEPH, nephrotoxic. Okay, these are nephrotoxic, NEPHRO. Okay, nephrotoxic, if they are taken for long time. Okay, so as they are causing gastric ulcers, so now what happened? Doctor start using what? Doctor start using this thing, coxibs. These COXIBs, these coxibs are, let me tell you first of all their examples. Their examples are like D-cell-coxib. Okay, D-cell-coxib, rofecoxib. Okay, B, rofecoxib. This coxib, COIBS. Sorry, this first. Okay, coxib drug. They only block COX-2. Okay, they don't affect the normal function. The normal function is what? Remember, they only block COX-2, not COX-1. Okay, they only block these coxibs. These only block what? These coxibs only block. These coxibs only block COX 2, this COX-2, they have no effect on this COX-1. So the normal function is still working. Okay, not effect, normal function. So they are selective. Okay. They are selective COX-2 inhibitors. Remember these things very carefully. Like this is COX-1 blocker. This block COX. Okay, but can cause gastric ulcer. Okay. Now doctor use coxib. These drugs are like cephalocoxib, refalocoxib. These all coxibs. Okay. They only block their selective COX-2 inhibitors. Okay, and they have very severe side effect after like going into market. Okay, their side effect is they are cardiotoxic. Okay, cardiotoxic. So these drugs, these are cardiotoxic, and to be very precise, this refalocoxib, okay, Rofalo are its withdrawal from the market. It's question asked one time. It's withdrawal from market. It's withdrawal from market because they causes myocardiac infraction. Infraction means necrosis. Necrosis, you all will discuss this thing in like pathology videos, but I'm just giving you necrosis means basically the tissues start dying. Okay, pathologically tissues start dying because of like low blood supply or infection, or there can be thousands of reasons. Okay, but the thing is, this refalocoxib causes this Rafalo, especially this drug is withdrawal from market because they causes myocardial infection. Okay, and these usually are given in like rheumatoid, like used in rheumatoid arthritis. These are usually given in rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, now as you know, science is improving day by day. Okay, then after some time there is one drug that came into market, that is, as 90% of you know, paracetamol. It inhibits selectively COX-3. Okay, it blocks COX-3. Okay, what is the scientific name of this paracetamol? Acetaminophen. And this have less side effect. Okay, so nowadays, as you know, very commonly this drug uses this COX-3 inhibitor. Okay, so sometimes what people do, it's available in commonly in every house, so people eat it, like, okay, they're feeling pain or any mental stress, I don't know, many reasons. Okay, so they took it in a very huge amount. Okay, usually it's rare condition, but still it can happen. In paracetamol toxicity, the treatment is N-acetylcysteine. Okay, or if it's not available, you can also use glutathione. Okay, but the main drug which is given in paracetamol or acetaminophen. Okay, you are now doctor, so you should know the name of paracetamol is acetaminophen. So that in the toxicity of acetaminophen, we give this N-acetylcysteine. Okay, and this N-acetylcysteine, what is the normal function of this drug? Okay, it's also mucolytic drug. If someone will ask you what is a mucolytic drug, this N-acetylcysteine, muco means mucus, lytic means breakdown. Okay, so it breaks your mucus. Okay, mucolytic drug. This N-acetylcysteine is mucolytic drug, and it's also given in paracetamol poisoning. If someone eats a lot of paracetamol, okay, then we give this N-acetylcysteine. Okay, so we already discussed about this Cox and Lox pathway. Okay, what are the things in this Cox and Lox pathway? This leukotrienes cause bronchoconstriction. Okay, zelutrons, this leucast drug for leukotrienes blocking. Okay, we discussed this prostaglandin and prostacyclins help in the formation of all these things. Okay, these prostaglandin and prostacyclin causes vasodilation and hit platelets. This thromboxane A2 causes vasoconstriction and love platelets. Okay, painkillers, diclofenac, this phenac and diclofenac, aclofenac, aspirin, these block prostaglandin production. These are the class of NSAID. It's important. Okay, these block COX-1 and they causes what? Gastric ulcers. This topic is very important. Okay, now doctor uses coxib. It only blocks COX-2. Okay, this coxib, like celecoxib. Okay, reflocoxib. These are this refalocoxib is withdrawal from the market because of myocardial infection. It causes. Okay, their side effect is cardiotoxicity, as I already told you. Okay, these are selective COX-2 inhibitors. Selective COX-2 inhibitors is very important. Okay, these are given in normally rheumatoid arthritis. Paracetamol is done. COX-3 inhibitor, acetaminophen, N-acetylcysteine, toxicity. So this Lox and Cox